Good afternoon, students. Today's objective of today's class is in export pricing, documentation, and logistics. Steps in execution of garment export sector, and what are the methods of payment in import and export trade, and what are L by C procedures in apparel industry. What is the definition of apparel merchandise business, and what are the various post shipment operations and various marketing costs. So these are the five objectives of today's class. By this subject is going to complete today. So yesterday we have learned what is export pricing, documentation, and logistics. So today's first topic or first objective of today's class is what are the steps in execution of garment export order. So first step, uh, the steps of garment order execution are described as follows. So before describing each one, what are the steps it is having in execution of garment export sector? We are going to see now. First one is inquiry of a product. Second one is lead time or space availability, lead time or space availability, then costing, then order confirmation, purchasing order, then guarantee of payment, T and A calendar making, fabric and accessories booking, back to back L by C, sampling, fabric and accessories in home, inspection of the inventory and report making, pre-production, that is PP meeting, and etc. So how many are there? Inquiry for product, lead time or space availability, costing, order confirmation, purchasing order, custom guarantee of payment, T and day calendar making, fabric and accessories booking, back to back L by C, sampling, fabric and accessories in home, inspection of the inventory and report making, P, P production PP meeting, etc. So in detail, we are going to know by the names of all these things. We can understand, but still, we are going to know what each. So what is inquiry for product? Inquiry of product means first of all, supplier collects the product from the buyer and inquire the product. Lead time and space availability. Lead time is the difference between buyer order confirmation date and delivery date. Within the time the garments must be delivered. Costing. Costing means the way of calculating the cost of production of garments. Costing is done considering fabric price, accessories price, and cost of making. This is about costing. And third one, that is order confirmation. An order confirmation is a return confirmation which is issued by a buyer to the manufacturer. It serves as a tool to avoid confusion and mistakes in case order does not conform to the original offer. Then purchase order. A buyer generated document that authorizes a purchase transaction. It includes description of product, quantities, prices, discounts, payment terms, dates of shipment, etc. So purchase order includes what? It includes description of a product, quantities, price, discount, payment, terms, and date of shipment, etc. And next one is guarantee of payment. So guarantee of payment, it contains two, that is telegraphic transfer and L by C, the master provided by a buyer. So telegraph transfer is it is a cash payment. Now it is not in use. And L by C master provided by buyer is L by C, or a letter of credit is a document which is prepared by the buyer to the manufacturer. So these are the two guarantee of payment. The next one is T and A. Calendar making. T and A or time and action. What is T and A? That is time and action. Calendar is made by the manufacturer to complete the production within a specific period of time. Fabric and accessories booking. After meeting a T and time and action calendar, fabric and accessories booking is necessary. Without fabric, all materials used in garments are called accessories or trimmings. The next, back-to-back L by C. Back-to-back L by C is based or issued on the strength of the master L by C. It is issued by the experts bank to the supplier to produce raw materials. It has 70 to 80% financial value of the master L by C. That is about back to back. The next one, sampling. Sampling is the process of collecting of making sample is called sampling. What is called sampling? The process of collecting or making sample is called sampling. Type of garment sampling. Proto sample. What is proto sample? So in this there are features and what is the purpose of that proto sample? So in sampling there are mm, that is a proto sample, fit sample, pre-production sample, size set sample, production sample, garment test sample, shipment samples. So these are the different types of samples. And first we are going to learn about proto sample. Proto sample feature is these samples are made by the manufacturer by available fabric and accessories. The samples are made before or after order confirmation. And this purpose is by these samples, buyer checks whether or not the factory can make the garments. So this is a purpose that is called about proto sample. Then fit sample. Fit sample is these samples are made by the manufacturer by available fabric and accessories. The samples are made after order confirmation. Purpose is by these samples, buyer checks the fitness or measurement of the garments. Then pre pre-production sample. This feature is these samples are made by the manufacturer by actual fabric and accessories. These samples are made by after order confirmation. Just same like before the two. And purpose is buyer will do bulk production following pre-production sample and size set sample. So in these the features are these samples are made in all sizes. The samples are sent to the buyer. These samples are made in the production floor. And this purpose is these samples are made only for PP meeting or pre-production meeting or internal purpose. And coming to fifth one, that is production sample. So these features are the samples are collected from the production floor while bulk production is running. These are sent to the buyer, and the purpose of this production sample is by the samples buyer compares production sample with the pre-production sample. And next one is garment test sample. So these samples features are the samples are collected from the production floor while bulk production is running. These are sent to the testing house. And the purpose of the samples, testing house test different aspects of the garments and send test report to the buyer and factory. So all these are necessary in the execution of the garment sector. Then shipment samples. So these samples are not satisfactory. These are sent to the buyer after the shipment of the products. By these samples, buyer compares the production sample with the shipment sample. Next one, fabric and accessories in home. Here confirms all fabrics and accessories in their hand. Next, inspection of the inventory and report making. Check the quality and quantities of the fabric and accessories in house. After checking, a report is made with the tested data. So, this is about the uh, steps of the garments order execution. We have learned up to here where everything we have learned, that is inquiry what we learned: lead time, space availability, costing, order confirmation, purchase order, current of the payment, TND. TND is a time action calendar making. Then fabric and accessories booking, back to back L by C. L by C is a letter to credit. Sampling and fabric of accessories in house, inspection of the inventory and report making, and pre production meeting. Okay. The next objective is, what are the methods of payment in import and export trade? So the methods of payment in import and export trade are cash in advance we can do, and letter of credit, then documentary collection or a draft, open account, and other payment mechanisms such as consignment sales. So these are the methods. There are, how many are there? There are five: payments, cash in advance, and letter of credit, documentary collection of draw or draft, open account, and other payment mechanisms such as consignment sales. These are the different methods of payment in import and export trade. Trade means what? Exchange of goods. The next, L by C procedures in apparel industry. So L by C. What is L by C? L by C is a letter of credit. What is L by C is a letter of credit. A letter of credit is a document issued by the financial institution assigning payment to a seller of goods and or services, provided certain documents have been presented to the bank. Actually, letter of credit is such a kinds of commercial letter which a bank issues on behalf of foreign seller, that is exporter, according to the direction of the importers or purchasers. This is called meaning of the letter of credit. That means you are giving the money in the form of letter of credit. So the documents shown under are known as export documents, form the imported size. These are bill of exchange, bill of lading, airway bill or railway receipt, commercial invoice, insurance policy, certificate of origin, packing list, and bill of entry. And these are the eight which comes under the documents of letter of credit. So one by one we are going to learn now. That is bill of exchange. Bill of exchange is that particular instrument through which payment is collected or effected in trade, deals internal and international. There are five main parties involved in bill of exchange. They are drawer, dravee, payee, and endorser, endorse, endorsee. So bill of exchange is nothing but how many types of are there? First drawer, drawee, payee, endorse, endorser, endorsee. Then bill of lading. Bill of lading is a document of title to goods entitling the holder to receive the goods as beneficiary or endorse, and it is with the help of the document on receipt from the exporter that importer takes possession of the goods from carrying the vessel as a part of the destination. Then, airway bill or railway receipt. When goods to be transported are small in bulk or requiring speedy delivery, or those are preferable in the nature on the deal is in between the neighboring countries, then mode of the transport other than shipping may be resorted to for the carriage of the goods. Airways bill, railway receipt take place of bill or lading depending on the nature of the carrier. Nothing but airway bill is nothing but when the goods are going to transfer through aeroplane mode or railways, the railways are going to give the receipt and airways will give the receipt. Then commercial invoice. It is the seller's bill for the merchandise. It contains a description of the goods, the price per unit at a particular location, total value of the goods, packing specifications, terms of sale, letter of credit, bill of lading number, etc. There is no standard form for a commercial invoice. Then insurance policy. In the international trade, insurance policy is a must to cover the risk of or loss on consignments while there are on seas, roads, airways. So, what is insurance policy? So, insurance policy in the international trade is a must to cover the risk or loss of consignments, whether they are in transport through seas, roads, or airways. The insurance is the responsibility of the buyers. The policy must be of the type is as specified in the relative contract or credit. Then, certificate of origin. This is a certificate issued by the recognized authority in exporting country, certifying the country of the origin of the goods. It is usually by the chambers of commerce. Sometimes it is certified by the local or trade representative of the importing country as per the terms of the credit. That is a certificate of the origin. That is, they are going to issue the certificate if everything is correct. The next one is a packing list. The exported the exporter must prepare an accurate packing list showing item by item the contents of the consignment to enable the receipt of the shipment, to check the contents of the goods, number and marks of the package, quality per package, net weight, gross weight, measurement, etc. So all comes under packing list. And the last one is bill of entry. Bill of entry is a document which contains the particulars of the imported goods as well as the amount of customs duly payable. So these are the eight which comes under the document shown of letter of credit. So what is letter of credit? It is a means of the LBS is a letter of credit, and it is a document issued by the financial institution assuring payment to the seller of the goods and or services provided certain documents have been presented to the bank. So we have learned bill of what is bill of exchange, bill of lading, airway bill or railway bill receipt, commercial invoice. We learned insurance policy, certificate of origin, packing list, and lastly bill of entry. Now, fourth object. Fourth object, before what you have learned, what are the steps have to be taken in the execution of garment sector. Second one is what are the LY letter of credit procedures, and third one is what are the various methods of payment in export and import trade. And now, what is the definition of apparel merchandising business? Generally, merchandising is a planning, developing, and presenting product lines for identified large markets with regard to pricing, assessment, styling, and timing is called what? Apparel merchandising business. Any one thing it doesn't work, automatically the business is going to collapse. So merchandising may be involved in the apparel manufacturing and retailing levels of the apparel business. Merchandising is a central credit or coordinating point for the product line. So this is the definition and objectives of apparel merchandising business. Once again, I repeat the what is apparel merchandising business. Apparel merchandising is a planning, developing, and presenting product lines for identified target markets with regard to pricing, assignment, or assortment, size, styling, and timing. Merchandisers may be involved in the apparel manufacturers and retailing levels of the apparel business. Merchandising is a central coordinating point for the product line. In other words, it is a mediator. Merchandise is a mediator between buyer and a factory. And what next last object is various post shipment operations and various marketing costs. So, what are the various post shipment operations? First one is able to track individual transactions or gross quantities, manages planned and actual transactions. External material transfers can be balanced against internal facility movements. Able to manage data, multiple cargoes, cargoes with multiple shipment with split ownership, and able to arrange multiple versions of transaction quantities and qualities, and integrated with real-time instrumentation. Handles all supply chain movements including ship, truck, and pipeline. So these are the various post shipment operations. Next one is what are the various marketing costs. So various marketing costs are first one is cost marketing, close range marketing also called as CRM, then relationship marketing, then security, transactional marketing. I've the spelling mistake, that is a T here just come. Transactional marketing, scarcity marketing, word of mouth marketing, call of action CTA marketing, viral marketing, seasonal marketing, online marketing, email marketing. So these are the various post shipment operations and marketing cost. So various post shipment operations are able to track identified transactions or gross quantities, manages planned and actual transactions, external material transfers can be balanced against internal activity movements, facility movements, able to manage data multiple cargoes with multiple shipment with split ownership. Then so these are all post shipment methods. able to manage multiple version of transaction quantities and qualities, integrated with real-time instrumentation, handles all supply chain management movements, including ship, truck, and pipeline. And marketing costs of different various marketing costs are cause marketing, close range marketing, CRM, relationship marketing, transaction marketing, scarcity marketing, word of mouth marketing, call to action, CTA marketing, viral marketing, seasonal marketing, online marketing, and email marketing. So by this, the chapter is going to completed. So in this chapter, what is the chapter name? Export. What is the chapter name? Export pricing, documentation, and logistics. Yesterday we learned about what is definition of export pricing, importance of export pricing, what are the objects of export pricing we have learned, and documentation we have learned. What are the documents we have to provide, import documents and export documents, and what are the logistics. Logistics comes under all the points which I have learned in the remaining 5 units. And today we have learned the steps in execution of a garment export sector. So in execution of garment sector, what we have need, we have to know, we have to maintain all this, that is inquire product, lead time or space availability, costing, order confirmation, purchase order, guarantee of payment, TA and A, that is the time and action, calendar making, then fabric and accessories booking, back to back, L by C, sampling, fabric and accessories in house, inspection of inventory and export, report making, and pre-production, PP meeting. So these are the steps which are going to execute in the garment sector. And in this we have learned a different samples. Actually, what is sample? The process of collecting or making a sample is called sampling. In this we are having proto sample, fit sample, pre-production sample, size set sample, production sample, garment test sample, shipment sample. And the methods of payment in import and export trade, and means in what, in different ways we are going to payment the money in export and import trade. These are the methods. Then L by C traditions in apparel industry. L by C is actually means of letter of credit. So in this there are how many are there? That is bill of exchange, bill of lading, airway bill or railway receipt, commercial invoice, then insurance policy, certificate of origin, packing list, and bill of entry. And these are the 8 conditions of documents we have to maintain in a letter of credit procedures in apparel industry. Then what you next one is about the what is the definition of apparel merchandising business. So merchant apparel merchandise business is nothing but planning, developing, and presenting product lines for identified target markets with regard to pricing, assortment, styling, and time. It's called apparel merchandising business. And what are the various post shipment operations and what are the various marketing cost? In this, we are having again um, it is able to track individual transaction or cross qualities, manages planned and actual transactions, and external material transfers can be balanced against the internal facility movements, able to manage data multiple carriages and carriages with multiple shipments with split ownership, able to manage multiple versions of transaction quantities and qualities, integrated with real-time instrumentation, handles all supply chain management, including ship, truck, and pipeline. And these are all seven various post shipment operations. And about various marketing costs, that is cost marketing, close image, close range marketing, relationship marketing, transactional marketing, scarcity marketing, word of mouth marketing, call to action, CTA marketing, viral marketing, seasonal marketing, online marketing, and email marketing. General now marketing can be done through WhatsApp also, that just like Amazon and different types of sites. Different sites are there through WhatsApp also. We can go marketing. So by this subject is over. So generally I'm going to uh, review. One second. Curriculum book. A book. So by this today I completed this subject. So in the first chapter we have learned about the parallel, um, what we call it. First is the first unit we are having introduction to apparel merchandising. In that we have learned about the definitions and what are the objectives and flow chart of merchandising. What is the meaning of merchandiser and what are the key activities of merchandiser and what are the functions, what are the responsibilities a merchandiser should have, and what are the qualities he has to maintain to become a good merchandiser. In the first chapter, we have learned. In second chapter, we learned what are the key players in apparel merchandising going to play, and what the type of merchandisers we have learned, and what the tracking system learned, and what are the in fashion. Next third unity we are having the fashion merchandising, in which we have learned about the different types of fashion merchandising. We have learned about the definitions and classifications and the qualities of successful fashion designer. We have learned. And coming to retail and visual merchandising, we have learned the objectives and what is retail and what is visual merchandising, and what is the importance and what are the functions it is having, and what are the tools they have to taken, and what are the emotional response to color we have learned, and about export marketing. In export marketing, we have learned what is the definition of export marketing environment and what are the methods it is having, and what is the difference between exporting and international marketing. What are the different types of trades we have learned, and we have learned the detailed international marketing environment, and we have learned the marketing mix, that is 4P, that is product, price, place, product, price, place. These are the 4Ps. Then different channels of the distribution of the product we have learned, and what is the range development parallel merchandising we have learned, supply chain management in garment industry we have learned, and finally in this last chapter we have learned about export pricing, documentation, and logistics, and what are L by C procedures, and what are the steps in execution of a garment sector, and what are the methods of payment in import export trade, and apart merchandise business we have learned, and post shipment activities, and marketing cost various different what we are having in this we have learned. By this the subject is completed. Okay, thank you.